Hey folks, this is once again yours truly, Mr. Panuka, coming live from Panuka Farm. And if you are an ardent, follower of Panuka Farm, social media, platforms, YouTube and Facebook, you may have actually seen that we actually did visit, one of the agricultural, colleges here in Zambia called Chipembi College of Agriculture, where we were just trying to appreciate, the kind of training that the students at that college, undergo. And again, the first, part of, this video, we actually did show you, my interaction with the students, on the livestock, part. And so today we want to just bring, my interaction with the students on the, fruits and, crop section. So today I am actually bringing, part 2 of my interaction with the students, and we are covering, aspects of, crop and fruit. So stick around so that you actually get that very juicy, interaction that I had with the students. Before I actually get to interact with the students, let's listen from the college, principal, so that we just get to understand what Chipembi is all about and what do they have, on offer.
My name's Patience Maluza, the principal for Chipembi College of Agriculture. I guess this institution is not new. Chipembi, formerly known as the Chipembi Farm College, is a faith-based institution owned by the United Church of Zambia, and it was established way back around 1930s by missionaries. So we've been on the market for a long time, and we're doing quite well, especially in providing agricultural skills to the youths out there, even to the general public, the retirees, cooperative groups. So we are an agriculture institution affiliated with the TVETA, a government examining bodies, TVETA, and we are offering agricultural skills to mostly the youths, the retirees, the school dropouts, the young entrepreneurs. So here at Chipembi College of Agriculture, we provide skills training. 90% of our syllabus is very practical in the field. We do most of our work in the field and not in class. And so we have 3 courses that are running currently. We have a craft certificate in general agriculture for 2 years. The entry requirement is 5 O-levels. We have trade certificate in general agriculture for 1 year, 3 months. The entry requirements is a grade 9 certificate or a GCE. Then we also have tailor-made courses from 2 weeks to 6 months. So one of our very popular tailor-made courses is for 3 months, which is for youths, especially looking at the school dropouts, the young entrepreneurs, the school leavers, those who are still waiting for their results to further their education. We have short courses, and this one is for 3 months in general agriculture. So this one is 90% practical.
Hey, enough of the protocols. Now let's get to actually interact with the students themselves.
Welcome to the horticulture section, which involves the growing of fruits and vegetables. And in here, I and my colleague will talk about tomato, cabbage, green pepper, and banana. Yes, that's right. So we'll start with the land preparation.
My name's Irrigation Schedule. I'm going to talk about tomato production. Tomato production, the scientific name for tomato is Solanum esculentum, which is an annual crop. Yes, it's grown for its edible fruits. So when growing tomato, the first thing that you have to do, you have to site selection. You select the land where you want to do your production, and the type of soil which is suitable, recommended for tomato production, it should be a loam clay soil, which is well drained and should have a pH of about 5.5 to 6.5, the pH value. After selecting the land, we scarf the land, we clear the land. After clearing the land, we peg out the land, we mark it out. After marking out, we dig holes where we'll put our stalks for trellising. After digging holes, we go cut the pond, the stalks. After that, we till the land. After tilling the land, we make the beds. Beds are supposed to be about 1.2 90 to 1.2 the width, and the length it can go up to 100 meters. Yeah, as long as you want. After making the beds, we made the basins. So the interrow spacing for tomato, it's supposed to be 90 centimeters to 1.2 meters. That's from
the interrow or
interrow.
Okay.
From that from one line to another.
Okay.
Then the interrow it ranges from 45 to 55 according to the cultivar. Like for this one, we used 45 centimeters.
Okay.
After
So what's the variety for this one?
Tenge.
Trellising, this is what we call trellising.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the same mulching, spraying and irrigating, and pruning. Pruning is the removal of unwanted branches, and mulching, we cover the soil with mulch in order to protect the soil from soil erosion when irrigating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you irrigating here?
Hand.
By hand.
Yes. Buckets.
By using buckets.
But I heard that you've got drippers. Why are you not putting drippers?
By using drippers.
They didn't.
Actually, it's not recommended to use sprinklers in tomatoes because of
fungal diseases.
fungal diseases.
What about the drip?
The drip. That's a recommended one.
Okay.
Made the beds. We planted in the rainy season. So since in the rainy season there is so many water logging, so we made a raised bed to avoid water logging. Then the spacings for this cabbage is 50 by 50, 50 interrow, 50 intra-row. And the variety for this cabbage is star 3306.
And some of the managerial practices, mulching, irrigating, and we did pruning.
Spraying
and irrigating.
They're new.
So when are you going to resolve this diamond black moth, the DBM?
DBM.
Mm.
Oh, spray on Tuesday.
Okay. And how are you going to know
That's
what exactly you need to spray?
our training manager.
Okay.
Yeah, he helps us with identifying of the diseases, the pests. Since it's we are learning.
So how old is this cabbage?
Is it 8 weeks? Huh?
Yeah, yes.
A week before. So that makes it 6 to 7 weeks.
6 weeks.
But I expected to see a placard where you indicate the day you transplanted,
Oh, we have
the variety.
our own individual.
But is it not supposed to be right in the field?
No.
Why?
If it was right in the field, everyone would be reluctant. No, it's already there.
They
But
want us to learn.
So we have a personal diary.
Okay.
Personal record. Each and every one of us has a personal record
Okay.
where you indicate all the managerial practices, when you plant, what you do when you spray, the schedule of spraying, everything.
And for cabbage and tomato, since we use this type of fertilizer application, split method, so you have to know exactly when you have to apply the first split and the second split. The purpose for these backyard gardens, since we are doing agriculture as a skill, we are learning that agriculture is a business. It's not just a part-time job. So the reason for these beds or for these backyard gardens is because one, when we sell these vegetables, we are able to save some money. After saving that money, we are able to invest in ourselves. Some people, after selling these vegetables, are able to pay for their school fees, for their groceries, for their daily life or their daily needs. Then, since here a lot of people have ventured into mining, so there's a scarce, the vegetables are on demand. So once we start selling these vegetables, a lot of people come from the community, come to buy from us as students.
Okay. And hey, just in case you actually need some kind of reminder on some of the agricultural concepts in terms of conservation farming, mulching and its importance, let's get to actually listen again to the students as they give us this lowdown on some of these agricultural concepts.
Conservation farming, we can define it to be a type of farming that you do not disturb the soil so much. Yeah, it's a much safer, conserved way of doing farming. Yeah, and it's a sustainable way. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just dig at the point where we want to plant, the station where we want to plant. We don't disturb the soil. Tilling the land and tilling the entire part, no.
Okay.
We just dig where we want to plant, like seen. You can see the hole there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we mulch it to keep water moisture, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then there are principles.
And there are three principles of conservation in one is minimum soil disturbance, crop rotation, and complete soil coverage.
So have like a small demonstration.
Okay.
Yeah. For the reason why we mulch.
mulch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll start. Which one are we going to start with?
That one, the uncovered soil.
Demonstrate the importance of mulch. Yeah, and how
Conservation farming.
in conservation farming, yeah, and how it affects the soil structure. Yeah. So when it's raining or when you're irrigating, water loss where there is mulch will be less.
Okay.
The water will be going deep inside,
And the soil won't be washed away.
and the topsoil won't be washed away.
Okay.
But when here,
On
when
bare
it's
land.
raining on bare land, obviously what's happening, and
soil
that's soil
erosion.
erosion taking place, and the water won't be going down. The water going down will be less.
Okay.
And then from
So-
here we can remove the mulch. Just see. You can see.
So here the
Okay.
the
Soil
soil is
moisture
intact
is
and
everything.
just
Yes.
white.
One of the organic ways of which we do our farming thing here. So the things, the required elements that we use, you need dry grass, you need green grass, you need manure, you need twigs, and just small twigs. After that, you start putting them in a way that
In layers.
in layers. The first layer you're going to put, for example, you start with twigs. After twigs, you apply the dry grass. After the dry grass, you put the green grass. In fact, not just grass, any
living material.
Anything.
As long as
Yes.
either it's dead or a green one, you can still use it. And the layers, they must be at least 60 centimeters in height. And usually when making this, we usually calculate 1.5 meters in all sides. Even in height, if you are doing a 10 by 10 portion, the size of this compost it can be 1.5 by 1.5 meters in all sides. That can cut a 10 by 10 portion.
Then it's after 3 days. I mean, if when we prepare it today, we have to turn it after 3 days. Then after 4 days, you turn it again. Then you'll be following. After a week, you will turn them. After a week, you turn it. It will be ready after 3 months.
Okay.
Advantages, it's cheap and affordable because we use things that we have in our community. You don't need to go and buy grass. You just go there and bring them together. It's cheap. Looking at the price for fertilizer now, it's really affecting farmers to do their farming. So when you do a compost, we don't just do this. There's another one that we do. We call it bokash. That one is so involving, but it's very nice. Yeah.
I think we have samples.
We have the sample. We have the sample of bokash.
Propagation only takes 7 days to be late. Looking at the materials that we use to make Propagation, we use crow manure, or you can use crow manure, chicken manure,
Manure from
you can use any of these, but the recommended one is chicken manure because of the high content of nitrogen. Yeah, so we mix manure, maize bran, lead soil. Yes, we mix maize bran to provide food for microorganisms. Yeah.
And even ash.
Even hash.
If you actually follow, the trends in Zambia in terms of, farming, you actually know that right now, fruit farming is one of those, topical ones, and it appears Chipembi has read into those trends, and I actually got to see, the students showcasing some of the skills that they're developing in terms of, fruit, propagation and budding. I actually got to learn about budding at Chipembi. I've always known, propagation. So yeah, So let's get to also you know, see some of these skills by these students in terms of fruit propagation or budding, as it were.
Extracting a seed, we pluck a lemon from a mother tree, which is held. We are not allowed to pick a fruit which is on the ground. When we pluck a fruit, we cut it and we squeeze it to separate it from the lemon juice and the seed. After that, we have to separate the seed from the juice. Then we wash it in clean water to remove the mucilage, so that when we plant the seed, it may not take long to germinate. After all the process is done, then you can construct a nursery bed.
Here we are looking for a bud that we can use. Right, so if we take a look at this one, it's showing that it's already making a branch. It's open on top, it's not closed. Then if we look at this one, it appears to be dry on top and closed like this one. So this one cannot grow, it cannot produce branches.
Okay.
Yeah. So the best one is this one. This is the one that we are going to use to do our budding.
Okay.
We'll make an inverted T on the rootstock.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, we are making an inverted T where we insert our bud. So it has to be 3 centimeters and half, 3.5.
Put it here.
Like this.
Okay.
And we need to use a transparent plastic,
Okay.
to allow light. So you can even use the raffia wax. Yes, that's, yeah, you can use it when you insert the bud. Then you put the around the bud, so that air and water doesn't go through. If the air and water goes in, meaning our bud will die, it won't be successful.
Okay.
So it takes about 21 days for us to untie this.
We make what we call as a media. Yeah, it's transplanting media. It's made, we get plastics, then we fill in manure, that's organic, that's manure from the paddock. We get sand, we get clay soil, we get buds, the same buds from trees, different trees. Then we hammer them. What English term is? We crush them, and make a mixture. After making that mixture, we then apply water.
We disinfect.
Yeah, exactly. Even disinfect.
Okay.
They are too small. We water twice a day for the first 3 weeks. After that, we change the intervals to once after 2 days. Yeah, as it grows, we change the interval of watering.
That is to enhance hardening.
Okay.
Yeah, which is making the plant get ready for survival even in the field. Because in the field, it's making it to be prepared for harsh conditions. In the field, there are a lot of harsh conditions. You might have insufficient water supply, so you need to create a irrigation schedule which will going to promote that.
For manure, we want to change the soil composition. Then for sand, since we know sand is a well-drained soil, we want to make our soil well-drained so that even though we water, the water will be able to drain through to the ground. And the reason for disinfecting, since we don't know, there are many diseases in the soil, so we want to disinfect that soil to make it suitable for the seedling to grow well.
So bananas.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the story with the bananas? And who's the banana king here? Or queen?
When maintaining these bananas, you're supposed to maintain at least 2 plants, which are supposed to be like the way this one is fruiting at the fruiting stage. The other one is supposed to be like this one.
Ah, okay.
So that you allow continuous production of the fruit.
Okay, having looked at a number of ventures here, you students have actually indicated that you've been learning quite a lot. So, but obviously when you graduate, you're not going to do everything. So I need just a flavor of exactly what you're going to choose and why. Okay, so we can start.
All right. Because I'm just in here. Eventually, when I'm done with my studies, I've decided to venture into livestock. The reason why I've decided to venture into that because personally I won't have that financial muscle. If I venture into livestock, I'll definitely venture into the way of doing this semi-intensive, where I'll be able to do just providing nutrients where it's necessary, where I have the finances. Where I'm not having, I'll definitely leave my animals go into the free.
My name is Martha Brenda Banda. First of all, when I'm done with my course, I would like to venture into vegetable production, first of all. The reason why I want to do that is because it's very easy to start with vegetables. They are cheap. Then when I have normal or enough income, then I'll go into pig production, because pigs are also easy to keep. They are a source of meat and source of employment.
Kubisi Nkonde. When I'm done with this course, I want to venture into livestock, specifically in pig production, because pigs, they are quite prolific. They can fallow twice a year. Yeah, so if a pig can able to give me 12 piglets, meaning I'll have a lot of money. Yeah, I'll make a lot of money.
My name's Zimba Penson, and upon finishing my course, I want to venture into pomology and horticulture. This is because crop production can be done throughout the year. There are crops. There are seasons that there are crops that grow in all the seasons. So I would love to be a crop doctor.
My name is Irene Purity Monga. After getting done with my course, I would do livestock because I love animals and animals are entertainment. So I'm not into crops. Yeah.
So animals are plenty. Which one? Pigs?
Pig and poultry.
Okay.
Yes.
My name's Achama Mary, and when I'm done with my course, I'll venture into fish farming, which is aquaculture, and pomology, because for pomology, fruits are demanded for daily consumption to human beings. So I'll surely do that.
If you are looking for farm workers, farm supervisors, farm managers, please get our graduates. Our graduates are very well known out there in the field, especially by commercial farmers who employ them. Even non-governmental organizations and agribusiness companies know that our students are very skilled. They have the skill, the quality skill that you need to run your farm effectively. So please, come through to Chipembi College of Agriculture and employ one of our graduates who will not disappoint.